Today our video is going to be how to install a fender. And first things first, we're going to start cleaning it. This is soapy water. In today's case, we have Dawn and water. We have filtered water, not regular water. Next cleaning I'm going to do is we're going to do our edges to make sure that we remove all road debris and grease and bugs and whatever might be on the vehicle. The reason I'm using Dawn is because Dawn removes grease. That's what Dawn became popular for. As you can see, this towel has become very dirty, which tells me that I probably should do it again just to ensure that there is no dirt left behind that I might have missed the first time. Yeah. I'm going to use a cleaner area to make sure that I don't reapply the dirt that I just took off. This time is just minor dirt involved, so I think I'm good to go, and I'm going to start prepping my paint so that I can install this PPF on the fender. We're going to do this one more time in case I left any dirt behind. I know it seems like a lot of work, but I'd always prefer to be twice as clean rather than having to waste a piece of film and having to do my work over again. Okay, now that we are prepared, I'm going to apply soapy water to my fender, and I'm also going to apply soapy water to my paint protection film. So I will wet it here and pull the liner at the same time. Sometimes it's difficult. I've already removed the cap sheet. Our Master Pro for Onyx does come with a cap sheet. The purpose of that is not to make you angry, but to make sure that the film is delivered properly and that it's not damaged. Now it's just, okay, so when you roll this up, looks like this was reverse rolled. So the film is on the wrong side. Normally I have the liner rolling up on itself. I'm just going to have to make do on here and make it work. Okay, so today I'm working by myself, so sometimes People think, well, I can't do this by myself. Is it easier to do with 2 people? Absolutely. In every single case, it's always easier to do with 2 people. Today, I brought my helper. They're magnets. If the car is aluminum, yes, you will struggle a little bit. In this case, the car is not aluminum because it sticks right there perfectly. I'm going to lay my film and then put the magnets on top. Okay, put them on standby. Make sure this is completely wet. Normally I would use a keg. In this case, I only have a spray bottle. And there are many choices in spray bottles. My personal preference is the keg. I just don't want to have one available today. Oh, you know what? Before I do this, let's do something different. This might make the job a little bit easier, again, if you're by yourself. Obviously, we'll have to clean it again, but that's okay. I'm going to use what is called a snitty. Inside there's a blade. It's safe not just for your fingers, but also for the vehicle so you don't cut any paint. I'm just cutting off the excess film. So my plotter is not working today. Not a big deal. I don't want you guys to think that you need a plotter at all times. Is it convenient? Yes, absolutely. In this case, my customer wants us to wrap the edges and to be as close as possible if we can't wrap the edges. I always want to make sure my customer is happy and that I have this conversation with them before I start installing, because if a customer sees the vehicle, the edges are not wrapped, and that's what he had visualized, you now have to do the car over again. Giving myself a little bit extra room in case I gotta move the film around and adjust. Cutting this wheel out purposely. And I say purposely because sometimes we will have wheel shine on there and then it gets on my fingers. So when I'm trying to pull my film out, at that point, my knuckles is full of that silicone from the wheel. Now my film is ruined and I have to start over at another piece. There's no way you can take the silicone out. My first tip on this install, and these are things that we need to make sure we are prepared about, is these magnets. I have 2 today. Normally I have a total of 8. In this case, I'm working by myself, and it's kind of hard to do this all the time while you're squeegeeing. So this is going to hold my film up, and this is going to have it tacked down. That way, when I'm squeegeeing this right here, I'm good and I don't have any issues. Okay, when I start pulling and stretching, this will kind of help, but not really. So I'm going to tack down right here and right here. And those 2 areas will help me. So when I am pulling and stretching and trying to curve this film, it's like having somebody else hold the film down for me. Second thing, another tip is going to be, I remove this piece here because when I'm trying to pull and stretch downward or stretch this way, I don't want to get my hands dirty with any of the silicone that goes on the clean tire. I always want to make sure that my tire is completely clean. If you have tire covers, install the tire covers so that you don't get any of the products that are on the tire on your hands. Once I'm pulling and stretching, my knuckles will touch the PPF. I cannot remove the silicone, and now I have to pull another piece. This piece is going to run me anywhere between $50 all the way up to $250, depending on which brand you're using. In this case, we're using Master Pro from Onyx coating. Okay? So now we're going to go ahead and install, and let me show you guys how this is done. I'm going to have to clean one more time because I have now touched my car, touched the surface with this product. Make sure that your razor blades are always, make sure that your magnets are always nearby so that you can grab them with ease. Okay. The next tip is, do I want to start on this side or do I want to start on this side? In my opinion, laying this down first and tacking it down just a bit, it's going to be so much easier because this is like a person holding the film for me. And this will be a little bit more difficulty to install. So I want to be able to pull and stretch and all those other things while my invisible person is holding this down. Okay. And this is where I always struggle, but let's clean this first. And when I say struggle, I'm talking about trying to unroll the film alone. Can it be done? Absolutely. A little bit challenging, takes a little bit of skill, but it can be done. Always try to go at least one way or down. And that way, if you are moving any dirt, it is moved out and all the dirt is in one location. The squeegee here is kind of nice. It's very soft and it's not going to scratch your car. Make sure that it's clean before you use it. For safety reasons, make sure that the liner is either under the car, in the trash, or in the back of a truck, inside the car, wherever, but not on the floor directly, because if your customer is curious and they come and try to look inside and see what you're doing, they might end up tripping. That may not be good for your business. Okay. So here is something I found, and I'm always looking for tools. I'm going to show you guys here in just a second. It's this little box right here. And I love this because we have all kinds of cutting tools. And this is going to help somebody as a beginner not to cut car paint. And that can get very scary and it can get very expensive. So I have several. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tools. And I have the replacement blades in here as well. I also have my snitty. I always like choices because I need to make sure that I'm comfortable when I'm cutting so that I don't accidentally cut paint. All right, so in this case, the snitty will get stuck and jammed up, and I don't want that. Oh, there goes that. But I got this really comfortable one here, which I'm going to do kind of like a pattern or a kit for myself. Okay, looking good. I'm going to cut just a little bit closer to get rid of the excess. If you're putting it in the engine bay, not a big deal. Just remember to remove it before you close the hood. Customer will not be happy if they're burning plastic in their engine, and that could be very expensive for your business. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and install this little corner right here. It's always the first place I like to tack down. I have Onyx gel. It's an excellent product. If you're interested, see Onyx coating, okay? So I'm spraying a little bit of gel as my tack solution. And here's a quick tip. Soapy water. We always need soapy water to start with to make sure that my squeegee is going to slip and slide. If your squeegee is not slipping and sliding, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Soapy water, ready to install. Install this top piece first, into the valley, adjust your valley. And this valley can get tricky because you can leave a lot of bubbles behind. Okay, now we have a little hill there. And make sure that you dry this little area before you go down to make sure there's no bubbles here on the little hill and make sure there's no bubbles here in the little valley. For more information, join our classes, Pure Luxury Training Academy or Onyx Coating. Reach out to either one of us and we'll get you taken care of, walk you by the hand and make sure that you are well taken care of and know these skills well.